Hello, fellow Wolverines, and welcome back to Wolv TV Sports Center. My name is Zach Warshaw.
And I'm Connor Woolley.
We're very sorry about being unable to film last week's episode on March 31st, so we'll be starting with a very quick recap before moving into this current week's episode. During the week of March 31st, your Wolverines saw the men's basketball team earn dominant wins over Alabama and Tennessee en route to the Final Four, while the women's team defeated number 3 seed Louisville before falling to number 1 seed Texas in the Elite Eight. Men's hockey punched its ticket to the Frozen Four with wins over Bentley and Minnesota Duluth. Baseball responded to a loss against Oakland with a win over Toledo and a road series victory over Rutgers. Softball secured a home series win over Purdue. Men's lacrosse fell to number 12 Maryland, and women's lacrosse earned a ranked win over number 20 Denver before closing out the week with a decisive victory over Oregon.
In this week's episode, we'll be covering your Michigan Wolverines men's basketball team dominating Arizona to punch their ticket to the national championship before taking down UConn to claim the national title. Hockey looking ahead to a Frozen Four semifinal matchup against Denver and Las Vegas. Baseball taking 2 of 3 from number 10 Oregon and following it up with a dominant midweek win over Eastern Michigan. Softball's 2 matchups against Northwestern. Women's lacrosse defeating number 25 Ohio State, while men's lacrosse picked up a win over Rutgers, and men's gymnastics capturing a 6th straight Big Ten championship as the women's team turned in a strong NCAA regional final performance with multiple Wolverines advancing to nationals.
The Final Four finally arrived this weekend as the Wolverines faced off against the number 1 seed from the West region, the Arizona Wildcats. This matchup was advertised as the game of the tournament, maybe the decade, as both teams were top 5 in the all-time KenPom efficiency rankings. That being said, from the first tip-in layup from Adai Mara, it was all Michigan. In fact, it was all basically Adai Mara. The junior scored 26 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. An aggressive opening volley from the Wolverines led to a 26-10 lead at the halfway mark of the first half. At that point, Big Ten Player of the Year Yaxel Lindeborg drove to the basket before tripping on Arizona center Mo Krivas, falling to the floor and injuring his knee and ankle. He would return later but was extremely limited. And to quote Dusty May, played like a 38-year-old at the YMCA, albeit a very good 38-year-old. He still drained 3 trays, contributing to Michigan's 12 three-pointers on the night, going 44% from behind the arc. Michigan was up 16 points on the Wildcats, leading 48-32 going into the half.
In the second stanza, that lead only grew. The Wolverines were up 30 points with just over 10 minutes to go, and although Arizona made a late run, it was far too little and way too late. Michigan's interior defense was just too strong, holding Arizona's fantastic 2-point offense to just 35% from the floor all day. Star Wildcat Koa Pete got beat so bad he decided to find God mid-game. Michigan won in dominant fashion, winning 91-73 and punching their ticket to the national championship for the 7th time in program history, where they would take on Dan Hurley and the UConn Huskies for the chance to win their 2nd natty in program history.
For the 2nd time in 3 years, we are proud to say that our Michigan Wolverines are national champions. Dusty May and the best Wolverine squad to ever lace them up took down UConn on Monday night in Indianapolis, winning 69-63. From the opening tip, Michigan set the tone defensively in the paint and made it tough for them to score inside, which head coach Dan Hurley gave Michigan credit for in the post-game press conference.
You know, they're just so hard to score against at the rim. I could talk about the threes that we missed, and I thought we had a lot of good threes that we missed, but they just made it so tough on us around the rim. I mean, there was probably what even got us more than the missed threes was some of those rim shots, solos, transition basket. I think they cut it to 4, could have put some serious game pressure on them. They changed so many shots around the rim. They're just so tall.
By halftime, Michigan led 33-29, carried by a 92% free throw percentage despite going 0 for 8 from 3. In the second half, UConn made multiple pushes and kept it close throughout, but never managed to take the lead. Michigan always had an answer. The answer's name? Elliot Cadeau. The North Carolina transfer won the Final Four's most outstanding player after logging a double-double against Arizona and stuffing the stat sheet against the Huskies, scoring 19 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, and 2 steals. He was clearly the best player on the floor for the Wolverines and delivered the stellar guard play that Michigan has looked to him for all season.
They said I couldn't do it. They tried to tell me I was Man, what is they talking about?
Hell no!
They trying to tell me I was stupid.
With just 2:30 to go, Alex Karaban hit a huge three to bring them within 6, trying to push the momentum in their favor. But freshman Trey McKinney responded with what many consider to be the dagger, draining the smoothest step-back three with 1:50 to go. After playing the foul game and still being down by 6, Malachi Smith missed a layup and was rebounded by Roddy Gale Jr., who made a heads-up play to heave the ball down the court, wasting the precious final seconds for UConn. And now we throw it to our very own Zach Warshaw on the call for WCBN Sports Radio.
Gets the rebound, but it's too late. The clock hits 0. Tick one more box on the everything school list. The Michigan Wolverines are national champions.
Oh my gosh, I would say start the party, Ann Arbor, but I know you guys have been out since last night waiting for this moment. And your Michigan Wolverines are national champions.
For the first time since 1989, the Michigan Wolverines are on top. They have won the national title.
And the boys shocked the world. The job is officially finished for the Michigan Wolverines.
The maize and blue confetti rains down. Everyone swarms the court. The final score is 69-63. Michigan defeats the UConn Huskies.
Thanks, Zach. Gosh, what an emerging young talent, right, Connor?
Oh, definitely.
Incredible job. This upcoming Thursday, April 9th, your #1 overall seed Michigan Wolverines take on the Denver Pioneers in Las Vegas for the Final Four national semifinal, with puck drop set for 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time at T-Mobile Arena. Your Wolverines return to the Frozen Four for the 4th time in 5 years and the 29th time in program history, everything school, looking to break through for their first national title since 1996. TJ Hughes continues to pace our attack as a Hobie Baker finalist, supported by fellow point-per-game contributors Michael Hage and Jaden Perron, while Will Horkoff adds a team-high 25 goals.
In net, Jack Ivankovic comes off a standout regional performance that earned him MVP honors and provides stability behind an experienced defensive group. Denver, 27-11-3 on the season, brings one of the nation's top defensive units, allowing just 2.1 goals per game, along with a red-hot goaltender in Johnny Hicks, who is allowing just 1.12 goals per game and has an absurd .958 save percentage, helping him stay unbeaten since taking over the starting role in late January. The Pioneers are led offensively by Hobie finalist Eric Polkamp, and they hold a 47-36-1 advantage in the all-time series, including an overtime win in the 2022 national semifinal. The veteran leadership from seniors like Hughes, Keenan, Draper, and Luca Fantilli, your Wolverines enter the semifinal with both experience and momentum as they pursue a return to the national championship game. How great would it be to win just 2 natties in a little over a week? Pretty great if you ask me.
Keep in mind, Johnny Hicks' save percentage is very easy to get considering you play Colorado College and Air Force 4 times a year and you're not playing in the Big Ten Conference. Anyway, the Michigan baseball team had a fantastic weekend, upsetting the number 10 ranked Oregon Ducks at home, taking 2 of 3 games at the Wilpon Complex. Thursday's Game 1 was a quick one as Michigan mercy ruled the Ducks 10-0 after just 7 innings were played. That being said, the clear star of the game was freshman southpaw Shane Brenham as he held the prolific Oregon offense to just 3 hits while punching out 7 and allowing no free passes.
He retired 16 consecutive batters in his 7 scoreless innings of work and did not allow an Oregon base runner beyond first base the entire night. Game 2 on Friday was tight through 7, but a 3-run 8th inning from the Fighting Ducks was enough to quell the Wolverines 2-5. Despite a strong outing from Kurt Barr, who pitched 6 innings and allowed just 1 run while striking out 9 and walking 2, Michigan could not hold back the Ducks, who rallied late and put the game out of reach.
Thursday and Friday set up a Game 3 winner-take-all rubber match that did not disappoint. Michigan was down 3-2 entering the bottom of the ninth, but quickly flipped the game on its head after a lead-off ground-out. Braden Jeffress sparked the rally with a single. Jack Lafitte followed with a base hit, and a hit-by-pitch loaded the bases with 2 outs. Redshirt sophomore Cooper Mullins then delivered in the clutch, lining a 2-run single to right field to complete the comeback and secure the series for the Wolverines.
Their final game of the week was a crosstown midweek matchup against the Eastern Michigan Eagles. Michigan's offense once again delivered, racking up 15 runs on 14 hits in their 15-4 run rule win in Ypsi. Colby Turner logged a 4-hit, 4 RBI day, and junior Greg Pace Jr. launched a 3-run home run en route to his 4 RBI day. Michigan will return to Ann Arbor to host Central Michigan on Tuesday, April 7th at 4 p.m.
Your Michigan softball team split a dramatic weekend on the road against Northwestern to secure their second straight Big Ten Series win. In the opener, the Wolverines were locked in a tight pitcher's duel, threatening multiple times and appearing to break through on an RBI triple from Lily Vallimont before the run was overturned on review, while Aaron Haynes settled in after early traffic but was tagged in a 4-run fifth inning that proved decisive as Michigan stranded 8 runners in the loss, falling 4-0. Michigan responded in a major way in Sunday's finale, digging out of an early 9-0 deficit with 11 unanswered runs behind a 3-run home run from Janissa Conway and a 3-run shot from Lauren Putz before a late surge in the 7th saw Maddie Erickson deliver the game-tying hit and the Wolverines take the lead shortly after, with Grayson LaMarche shutting the door in relief to complete the comeback victory 11-9.
Michigan lacrosse had a great past week. The women's team hosted number 25 Ohio State on Thursday, April 2nd. Notable performances came from Ava Klass, who tallied 2 goals and 3 assists, and freshman goalie Elizabeth Johnson with 11 saves, making it her 4th double-digit save count. By the end of the night, the Wolverines took down the Buckeyes 10-6. This week, the Wolverines will travel to Rutgers on Thursday, April 9th, then to number 9 Johns Hopkins on Sunday, April 12th.
Following suit, the men's lacrosse team tallied a 13-10 win over Rutgers in Ann Arbor on Sunday, April 5th. Notable performances came from Nick Rude, who tallied his 6th hat-trick this season, and Luke Shanahan tallying his 4th hat-trick this season. This Saturday, April 11th, the Wolverines travel to face off against Penn State.
The number 2 ranked men's gymnastics team dominated, earning its 6th consecutive Big Ten championship last Friday. This is the longest win streak in program history, which has only been done once before from 1961 to 1966. The Wolverines fell behind early on high bar in the first 2 rotations, but a strong floor routine pushed the team into the lead by the halfway mark.
Despite some errors on Pommel Horse, the Wolverines managed to maintain first place with a narrow .400 point advantage in the final rotation. Standout vault performances by our amazing athletes ultimately secured the win for Michigan. Congratulations to senior Freddie Flips Richard, who became the 2nd gymnast to earn a 4th all-around individual title in Big Ten history. King.
On Saturday, April 4th, the women's gymnastics team closed out their season in the NCAA Regional Final, placing 4th overall with a score of 196.750. This was the Wolverines' best season since 2023. The LSU Tigers claimed the regional title at 197.825, with the Stanford Cardinals and Clemson Tigers finishing in 2nd and 3rd place respectively.
Michigan started strong on the floor with a 9.900 from Jazara Ranger, sitting 3rd after the first rotation. A team-best vault rotation of 9.850 from Ava Jordan kept the Wolverines in 3rd at the halfway point, but unfortunately, Sophia Diaz's team-best performance of a 9.875 on uneven bars slipped Michigan into 4th. The Wolverines closed their season with another team best by Quincy Walters, 9.875 on balance beam.
The meet also marked the end of collegiate careers for Reina Gugino, Lily Clapper, Farrah Lippitz, and Paige Thaxton. They're graduating and done now. Woohoo! Carly Bauman and Sophia Diaz will compete for individual national titles at the NCAA Championship in Fort Worth, Texas, next Thursday, April 16th. Good luck.
Okay, Connor. I feel like we have something to talk about, considering we just won the national championship.
I think we do. I definitely think we do. I hate to be overly analytical after winning a national championship, but I don't think that's how anyone thought that game was going to go. Low scoring, both teams struggling to get anything to go on offense, no 3 points in the first half. That was not how I thought that game was going to be
Both
played.
teams were doing exactly what they needed to do to just stay close to each other. No one was playing phenomenal. No one was playing bad. It was like, other than the 3-point abysmal shooting, it was all just good enough to keep it a very close game up until like pretty much the very end. But absolutely incredible. I know there were some people saying it would be double digits, some people saying, oh, it's not going to be such a Michigan blowout. I think this was the greatest outcome. It was exciting the entire time. Ended up with Michigan being the national championship. I mean, I don't know what more you can ask for.
Yeah, this is the first time ever in the tournament a team won scoring under 70, shooting under 40 from the field, under 15 from three, and being out-rebounded. If that isn't a testament to how good this team is and how they don't have to be on their A game to still be the best in the country, I don't know what else you need to see.
Absolutely not. But going on that topic, Elliot Cadeau, we already talked about it. Final Four MVP. Also, overall March Madness most outstanding player. He deserved it. He shined when it mattered the most after being a little slow towards the end of the regular season. He got hot right when it mattered, and you really couldn't ask for more if you're the Wolverines.
And you love to see it because his transfer from UNC, it was a little questionable. He was really hoping to get a break here. And you saw it kind of early on in the season, and you saw it at the end. It's great how storybook this season was for him, and I love the way he finished it.
I couldn't agree more. So really quickly, the potential for 2 national championships in a week. Hockey's going to the Frozen Four. I like their chances. I like us against Denver. My prediction would be us against North Dakota in the Natty, but I'm not exactly sure. What are you looking for that?
I'm just so excited. I'm still riding this high from basketball. I say, why can't we be greedy? Why can't we get it all? This weekend, we are the second school ever to win a football and basketball national championship in a 4-year span. Let's be the first school to ever get football, basketball, and hockey. Why not? Go get it. Who's got it better?
Nobody. I completely agree. Which leads us into our finale. That'll be all for this week's episode of Wolf TV Sports Center. I'm Zach Warshaw.
And I'm Connor Woolley.
Who's got it better than us?
Nobody.